it was really cool after John Wick 4 to have the opportunity to put the suit back on, and to have some fun. Uh, I love John Wick, and it was, I only worked for a couple of weeks, had about 8, 10 days, but yeah, it was really special to play the role again. Yeah, Anna's intensity. Yeah, she was really focused. I really, I've done a few films with her, and just as soon as we got into training, I saw her focus and her talent. And what was cool to see was that she was having fun. Like that while we were training and doing it, it was nice to see that she was enjoying it. And then when we would get the choreography together, to see her shift into her next gear, like wow, and go, was was really cool to see. Yeah, I mean, seeing, training with Anna, and then getting to the scenes that we have. Um, we use this. If we use this word toughness, I mean, making movies is tough, but it's so much fun. Her character is she's lost some of her family, and she's trapped in a world. But what's interesting about the character to me, is that she wants to do, but she doesn't know what she's actually saying yes to. So there's an innocence to the character, but a strong passion, and in a way, kind of still fighting in the same way that John Wick was for a kind of freedom, to get outside of the forces and that are impacting her life. She's a wonderful actress, so talented, and her, you know, that core strength, that core being able to kind of draw that up and to show that and what was cool to see her do that physically, but also just in the stillness, in the scenes that we had together. She's quite a presence. We had a lot of fun. The film Knock Knock, is basically kind of, well, it's a home invasion film with a twist in terms of what the plot is. And, it kind of speaks to Anna's range in that she can do comedy, drama, action. Um, there's really not anything she can't do. It was really fun to, she tortures me. And it was fun to play, it was fun to, she's a total pro. And with that comes trust and freedom, and you get to just, try stuff out. You can do improvisation, you're in the moment. You're basically playing, acting tennis. you know, Here you go. Oh, that's what you're doing. Okay, then here you go. And Knock Knock is a really good example of that. In terms of like preparing for the choreography and for the fight sequences, it was very familiar to me as a kind of John Wick kind of process, because I was working with Jackson Spidell, who had doubled me and then had since moved on to choreography. Yeah, I mean, she had already been training for a while when I got there. I was kind of like the salty veteran, like, warm up, like, okay, let's go. What's the choreography? And then she was like, dang, 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 dang. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And then, so it was, yeah, you learn the choreography, do some training. Anna's got a real good, you know, once someone says action, she's there. She's like, let's go. So that was cool. Yeah, I mean, one of the cool things for me about being part of Ballerina is that it does kind of open up you're getting to see more than, you see this kind of corridor or rooms or characters. And with Ballerina, we have Winston's back and Sharon, and John Wick, but you're also getting to meet new characters and, a little Angelica Houston's back, so a little bit more about the Ruska Roma, diving into, how is the training, what is the culture, and then you're also meeting new hierarchies and new, you know, people with power. And so you're meeting new characters and going into different rooms and kind of, if it was a video game, you'd just be going. It's like open world. Like you can go like, okay, now we're gonna go over here into Ballerina Land, and so it was cool to be a part of expanding that world. I guess it's a little bit more about the family lineages, a little bit more about controlling towns, cities. What does it look like? Who's a part of it? What are the tendrils of the family? What do they want? The whys, a bit of it. So, it is focused that way. So you'll come to learn a little bit more about the history, heritage, and what it looks like. Yeah, Len Wiseman's a cool cat. Uh, you know, um, I had seen some of his Underworld films and really appreciated those. Uh, I really appreciated how he was really sensitive to kind of taking the baton and being um, respectful but appreciative, but also wanting to do his own kind of things in the John Wick world. Yeah, he's lovely, lovely director. Had a vision, and which I appreciate, and his action experience, and um, yeah, and I really appreciated how much he worked on the script and trying to get all of the scenes and the characters and their voices um, kind of in the world, but also doing his own take on it. Yeah, so Ballerina takes place um, when John Wick is basically traveling to the desert in John Wick 4. So it's kind of post John Wick 3, Bowery King off the roof, and kind of Bowery King and starting his journey that we learn in John Wick 4. So this is something that, from when I looked at it for my character, kind of takes place in that period of time. It's cool. He kind of gets called to do a mission, and he doesn't really have a lot of choice. But of course, he subverts what they are asking him to do. Um, John Wick has a kind of knowledge of Anna's character, Eve, her past, and is sensitive to that. He tries to warn her a bit about the road she's going down, the path she is taking. But youth, sometimes they don't listen. I'm just really, it's cool. I never thought, when I started this journey with this role in these films, or the film, to be here over 10 years later, and had the opportunity to play the character multiple times, and it's been exciting to see the story continue, and I'm excited to see where it can go, but I'm really excited to see where it is, and hopefully people enjoy it.